Good day, everyone. I am Engineer Ali Ayuba, a lecturer from Nigeria Army University BU in Borno State. I have waited for about a month or more now, waiting for the response of Nigeria Society of Engineers, Nigeria Meteorological Societies, or COREN, which is Council for Regulation of Engineering in Nigeria. But unfortunately, we have not gotten any response from them regarding the assertion made by Aliko Dangote that Ajaokuta Steel Complex should be forgotten and that we should stop wasting our time deceiving ourselves, thinking that something can be done to revive it, and that it is moribund, is outdated. After waiting for such a long time without having a response, I have decided to educate Nigerians regarding the status of that Ajaokuta Steel Company. Not just Dangote alone, but the whole Nigerians. I want the whole Nigerians to know that the potential of that Ajaokuta Steel Company to our national economy is marvelous, overwhelming, if harnessed. Recently, as at around 2020, I was scavenging searching for scholarship online to study, to embark on my PhD abroad. I came across a topic, and the topic is use of natural gas as an alternative to complement the carbon, that is, to complement coke, that is coal, in the blast furnace. So thereby reducing the amount of coal consumption and then compensate that with natural gas. I was excited. One thing that excited me in that research was that number one is a grant. The grant is from Tata Steel. All of us know that Tata Steel is from India, but they have establishments in Europe, and this came from an European university. And it was a grant given by this Tata Steel. One thing again that excited me about this was that all the objectives for the research are spelled out. Yours is just to go to the lab, carry out the research, do the necessary things, and then you come out with your PhD. Again, another package, there is a package for the scholarship. I will have the privilege to work with the steel company, their steel company, the Tata Steel Company in Europe. I have the opportunity of working with them, and I'll be paid the stipends on a monthly basis. But while I was so excited, and I called one of my lecturers, it was in his presence, now an associate professor, Dr. Abdulmumin Adebisi. I said, look at this. He too was so excited. But when I was applying for this scholarship, on the process, they spelled it out that it is basically for European candidates, not for any other candidate. Why am I saying this? The Europe and the Asia are now researching on how to reduce carbon consumption, coal consumptions in the blast furnace, compensating it with natural gas. And after then, recently, around about 3 years ago, I later discovered that our Ajaokuta Steel Company the blast furnace of our Ajaokuta Steel Company is designed to use both coal and natural gas. And this is something given to us about 30 years ago by the Russians, the USSR. We are and that is what the Europeans are researching to do. And somebody is now telling us that it is outdated. Please. That's why I think there is need to educate Nigerians. All this kind of discreditation of our assets, anything owned by government, anything government wants to embark, they discredit it, no matter how beautiful it is. You bring one thing or the other. So now, I did not stop there when I discovered that our blast furnace is using both natural gas and coal. I went back and asked myself so many questions regarding this. And I discovered that the natural gas is actually tapped from Delta State down to Ajaokuta as at the time of the construction in 80s, because the blast furnace is going to make use of the natural gas. So therefore, during the construction, they draw the gas pipeline from Delta down to the steel complex. Then, to buttress this my point, you people to know that this is a reality. Recently, during the time of Yaradua wanted to do AKK project, Ajaokuta, Kaduna, Kano gas pipeline. Then the question is, why not? Is there gas in Ajaokuta? Why starting from Ajaokuta to Kano? Why not from Delta to Kano? So the real fact is that the gas pipeline has already been drawn from the delta zones of the country down to Ajaokuta. So what the government was only doing was to continue the project, drawing the gas pipeline from Ajaokuta, continue the gas pipeline from Ajaokuta to Kaduna, then to Kano. That is why they call it Ajaokuta Kaduna Kano gas pipeline project. Now, another thing, because during the 2007, in 2007, when I was doing my IT in Ajaokuta, there is this company called Zakem. They were the one that was carrying out that project. But unfortunately, when Jonathan came, he stopped the project. Buhari came,